For nearly 8 decades, one currency ruled the world, the US dollar. Every drop of oil, every major deal, every global transaction passed through it. But what if I told you that dominance is now cracking, and the challengers are not from the West? They're from the East. China, India, Brazil, and their allies are quietly rewriting the rules of world trade. This is the rise of the BRICS currency and possibly the beginning of the end for the dollar. Part 1. The dollar's reign. The dollar's dominance began in 1944 when global leaders gathered at Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. The agreement made the dollar the world's reserve currency, backed by gold. Countries stored dollars instead of gold because every dollar could be exchanged for gold at $35 per ounce. But in 1971, everything changed. President Nixon ends gold standard. From that moment, the dollar was backed not by gold, but by trust and by oil. Part 2. The birth of the petrodollar. The U.S. struck a secret deal with Saudi Arabia. Oil would be sold only in dollars. In return, America would protect the Saudi monarchy and the Gulf. This petrodollar system forced every country to hold dollars to buy oil, giving Washington unmatched global power. It was, as the Wall Street Journal later called it, the most brilliant economic strategy of the 20th century. Part 3. The world starts to resist. But nothing lasts forever. After 2008, the financial crisis shook faith in the dollar. Then came the U.S. sanctions era. Countries like Iran, Venezuela, and later Russia were cut off from the dollar system. And that sparked a quiet revolution. China began buying oil from Iran through a barter system, exchanging goods and technology instead of dollars. Later it shifted to UN payments. Russia, too, after the Ukraine war, started selling its crude oil in UN. Even U.S. allies like India, Brazil, and the UAE began experimenting with non-dollar oil deals. The Financial Times wrote, "The dollar's dominance is being chipped away, not by a crash, but by a quiet, steady erosion." Part 4. Enter the BRICS currency. In 2023, the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, announced something historic. Plans for a new global currency, possibly backed by gold or commodities. Economists from Reuters and Bloomberg called it the most serious challenge to the dollar in half a century. Over 20 more countries, from Saudi Arabia to Argentina, applied to join the BRICS bloc. The message was clear. The world is done playing by Washington's rules. Part 5. What comes next? The petrodollar isn't dead yet, but it's bleeding, quietly. The rise of the BRICS currency could reshape trade, weaken U.S. sanctions power, and shift global influence from west to east. And as The Economist recently warned, the end of dollar supremacy may not come with a bang, but with 1,000 small trades. So the question isn't if the dollar falls, it's when. If you found this explanation valuable, subscribe to Explainia Hub.